here. Maria is asking, what's your best advice for getting the sales and marketing teams to work together instead of as separate entities?
Well, what I do is, one, you got to get the right people on the team, because if you have a good culture and they all understand the goals and they play well together, that's number one. That's a culture issue. That's a leadership issue. So you got to have the right people on the team and the right kind of culture. But then what I do is every Monday at 9:00, we have a sales and marketing meeting, because a lot of what we're doing to generate leads ties the salespeople and the marketing team are tied at the hip. So like, for example, I've got a webinar later today, and the marketing team set up the webinar page. They're going to help with making sure the emails and the promotion goes out properly. And then as soon as we do that, then the marketing team who, we have one guy who does nothing but keep in the tech part of the marketing. He's going to make sure that the list of people who registered but didn't show gets over to the sales team for follow-up. Also, the list of people who registered, showed up, but didn't buy, those people are going to get over to the sales team. So the sales management has to make sure the sales team is following up appropriately, creating the scripts and the campaigns. The marketing team has to make sure that the actual marketing event, whatever it is, a direct mail piece or whatever goes out, that the list is pulled and given to the sales team and is set up in Keep appropriately with the appropriate sort of widgets and call lists and so forth. So what I do is I have a sales meeting every Monday morning with the sales and marketing team, and we're going over all the goals, how many leads, how many appointments have been scheduled last week. We look at what happened last week, we look at what's happening this week, and then we talk about marketing projects that we've got coming up and document who's doing what. And I document it all I use Basecamp. You guys, we're probably going to be moving to Microsoft Teams because I've just used Basecamp, but well, eventually we're going to be moving over to Microsoft Teams, but it will be some sort of digital placeholder, for lack of a better term, or project or area where everybody on the sales and marketing team can join and see. They can see the goals, they can see the documentation, and I'm scribing it. So I'm the one saying, okay, here's what we're going to be working on this week. Here's what we're going to be working on next week. And that's how you get them to play together. You are directing traffic. You are telling them who's doing what, and you document that. And then when you get on the call next week, I start asking people, Scott, what happened to that list that was supposed to get to Aaron so he could call, and the list that was going to Missy's team so they could call? Do you have, like, this just happened last Monday. I asked Aaron about it. He's like, I'm sorry, I don't have a list. I'm like, why don't you have the list? And then Scott's like, well, that's my fault because I didn't pull the list. I'm like, well, you better get after pulling that list. And then, Aaron, do you have the list? Yeah, I got the list. Do you know what you're saying? Here's the offer. Yeah, I do. Now, when I get on the call on next Monday, I'm going to say, Aaron, what happened to that list? How many people did you call? How many did you connect with? How many opportunities did we get out of that? Same with the direct mail piece. Here's what, so I am, at every meeting, I'm documenting what we're doing, who's doing what, and then we get back on a meeting and I'm holding everybody accountable, and they all work together because I'm directing them as a team to work together. That's leadership. So that's how you do it. I don't know if there's some other specific problem that you're having that's, drama or just dysfunction, but probably what you need to make sure is you get them all in a meeting and you set the goals for the team, leads, appointments, sales, campaigns going out, who's doing what. You need to do that, so that way they're not just two departments working separate.
Yeah, I mean, a big piece of it is exactly what you're saying, is getting them all in the same room, whether that's virtual or in person, so that they're seeing what the goals are. Also making sure on your marketing team is that they're focused on delivering the type of things that the sales team is going to be seeing as valuable. Because if they're just doing a bunch of like Facebook posts and stuff that doesn't generate leads, you're going to end up having them that they're in different departments of sorts there as separate entities, because the sales team doesn't care about clicks and likes and whatever else there. They want leads, people to call on, whatever level it is that they want to be on the same page. The more you can get them both on the same page, which you should be, then the better your op's going to be, that they want to work together because they're going to each benefit from it.